How you doing, man?
Doing alright.
Alright, good. So the show, what we're doing with this show is we're just getting different people's perspective on life struggles that we're dealing with today. Everybody know that today's society is not the best in the world, but we're making it. And I just want to black people in different areas of their life. And so that's what the show is about. And so we're going to go ahead and get started, alright?
Yep.
Alright, man. So, this episode is labeled as the blue collar worker. You work hard as a manual laborer, and we appreciate the work that you do because you do work hard for your money. And so this is the perspective of the blue collar man. And so just to start off, I just wanted to ask you, man, who do you feel like you are as a person? Who do you feel like you are deep down inside versus how you see yourself and versus how other people see you?
I guess hard worker. Person that's very understanding and just a person just trying to live life, I guess. Make it every day.
So do you feel like being that hard worker and understanding person comes off on people? Like, do you feel like people see that about you, or?
Some people, then you got some people that don't,
Yeah. As a blue collar worker, do you feel like it's important for you to have that hard working mentality? Because I'm pretty sure it get rough out there.
Oh, definitely. It ain't for the weak.
Yeah, it ain't for the weak.
Nah.
All right. So how do you view your mental health working as a blue collar worker, man? How do you see yourself in relation to our community, your mental health? Do you feel like it's in a good place, or do you feel like you still got some work to do?
Yeah, I definitely got some work to do.
Yeah. How you feel, like, in what area?
Probably gotta work in. Gotta work on it as I learn day by day. As you work on different stuff at different points in your life. So at first there was a lot of things that I had to work on, but now it's just a couple things that I gotta work on.
Okay. All right. Yeah, man. We all working on something. So as long as you're working on it, you're moving forward. That's all, anybody can ask for you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's just how it is. Like, ain't nobody perfect. I know I'm working on it myself. I know people see me as a mental health professional and stuff like that, and they think I might have it all together, but nah, I'm still working on me. I still have to go to therapy, just like, I hope everybody else is, and especially in the black community, going to therapy, because I think that's something that we lack. And do you go to therapy?
But I need to though. I think it'll help out a lot. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like therapy. When people say therapy, I feel like when people say therapy, go to a person and talking to a person you don't know. But I'm just the type of person I like talking to people I do know. I feel like I open up more with people that I do know versus people that I don't know. But that's just my point on it.
So you need that comfort of knowing who the person is to talk to.
I feel like, it's just like you walking up to a stranger, you just gonna tell them everything,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can understand that. So let's move on to our third question. As a person, a man of color, have you ever dealt with depression?
Yeah. I think I'm still dealing with it.
Yeah. How do it look like for you? Like, as far as, like, describe, like, how you feeling as a black man with depression?
It be very dark, sometimes gray. Then, like I said, it's all about how strong you are. Like I said, that's why I say it's not for a week, because if you can go through things that can break you down. And then if you recover through the things that almost broke you down, it kind of makes you stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go through another wave, and you might fall a little bit, but I feel like You just gotta be strong and make it through. It's not an easy battle.
Do you feel like as black men we put too much emphasis on being strong? Like I know.
Oh, definitely. I try to be Superman sometimes.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like we don't always have to be the strongest. You know what I'm saying? Like it's okay to be vulnerable. Like
yeah.
And I know as black men we see men period we see the word vulnerable and we think weak. But vulnerability is a strength. So 9 times out of 10 when we think of strength, it's most of the time is we're doing the most negative things. Like we're going hard, not taking care of ourselves, not taking time out. We just trying to push through it. So we see that as strength. So that's why when you say you just gotta stay strong, I know. But then sometimes it's like everybody have a moment where they can't be strong.
Yeah, I feel like I tell myself, it's like when you go to the gym, you get muscles. Yeah, you get strong, but as you pumping, eventually you're gonna get tired. So, it being strong, it can eventually like tire you out. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So just looking back, because I know you said you had those oppressive, times. What would have been the most difficult time that you would say in your life, emotionally or mentally?
Say my early 20s.
Yeah. What was going on around that time, if you don't mind talking about?
Feel like at that time, I thought I was Mr. Big Bad Guy, knew everything and stuff like that, and just basically realized what life was all about, and got smacked with a couple of things that switched that mind frame up.
Oh yeah. I think a lot of us go through that in our 20s. We think we've grown at that point, and we get out here and we make a bunch of mistakes, thinking we grown.
Mm-hmm.
And then you spend your 30s trying to clean that shit up. You know what I'm saying? Because, some of us, our mistakes are little. Some of us, we make big ass mistakes in our 20s. And unfortunately, sometimes in our community, we don't have the right amount of guidance when we're in our 20s. So I can definitely understand that. How did you feel like you got through that? Being in those darkest times.
I would say I ran into some good people in a community.
Okay.
So I basically would say the good-hearted people out here in life that you do run into. Some out here, and a community. I feel like I ran into the right community, village, whatever people want to consider a neighborhood, but I feel like I ran into the right people that I guess saw something in me that just, cared about me, I guess, even though I might not care about myself at that moment.
Yeah, and we need those people.
Mm-hmm.
We need those people that see something in us that we don't see at the time. Even though we could be ignorant at that time and not listen, thank God for those people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I've had those people. I know exactly what you're talking about. Just rolling off of that, like, who would you say is your biggest supporter that's impacted your life the most as a black man?
Say my brother.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I appreciate that. That's his brother behind the camera right now. How do you feel like? Why would you say I'm your biggest impact? Because I try not to push you into anything that you don't want to do yourself. I just give you, and anytime we talk, I just give you some advice, some ideas to think about, but up to you is how you make your decision in life. And so I know we live different lifestyles and went different paths, but I've always been proud of you. So that's big. I thank you for feeling like I impacted your life that way, because I try to be the help that I want people to be for me, you know. And so, yeah, how has your journey been impacted by me?
Just feel like I just seen you overcome some things. Well, not maybe not seen, but heard, or just to see where you're at and what you got going on for yourself. And it just like, I know you had it hard. Like I my sister told me, but I didn't. I just knew that things was hard, and for you to get to where you at right now. And like I said, you was there. You try to, tell me to do the right thing, but it's like you still did what you need to do to get to where you at now, and it's like you're the same color as me,
Yeah.
and I just the different things that you done, tried, that you're doing now, and like I said, we brothers, so we know each other, and I know I can do it because I see you doing it.
Yeah. I always look back at the men that I followed and try to imitate, and we all need that. We all need somebody to look up to some type of way to be like, I'm trying to get where he's going. And so everything that I told you was told to me at some point by some other guy that I was trying to get to his level. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. It's about grabbing the other brother's hand and pulling them up as you going up. Now, everybody can't come, nigga. Like, everybody can't come, and we talked about that plenty of times. Sometimes you gotta let people go and let them be. But if you can help another brother out and pull them up with you, stand tall together, then that's what it's all about. So, yeah. Growing up in the same household, do you feel like our parents played a part in what we struggle with today?
A little bit.
A little bit. I would say yeah too. I would agree with that. I'm gonna let you say yours first, and I'll say mine with you.
Dang, I kind of throw that question at me one more time. Kind of.
Do you feel like the struggles that you go through today, whether it's depression, anxiety, stress management, anything, do you feel like it started under that household, under our parents? When you look back, do you feel like
a
there
little
was some
bit,
things? Yeah,
a little bit. And the reason why is because I felt like I was different, and caused other things, and just felt like me being different from everybody else. Just as I ventured off, it just had different paths and struggles I had to go through and understand. And then as I look back, it was just, stuff like that.
I understand that. Mine would be anxiety. I have a lot of anxiety that started at the house because a lot of responsibility was thrown on me at an early age. But that's how it was back in the early 90s. A lot of us kids were latchkey babies, meaning we came in the house, nobody was home, we had the key, locked the door, don't let nobody in, and we pretty much took care of ourselves till our parents came home. So I would be the first one home, and then Aisha, and then Sean, our sisters would be home. And then when you came, Aisha was pretty much almost out of the house. Sean was already gone. So a lot of responsibilities when Mom was at work is taking care of you and helping her out with taking care of you. So I used to have to babysit you a lot while Mom was working 16-hour shifts. And so took on a lot of responsibilities as a child that now that when I became an adult, it caused a lot of anxiety growing up. It caused me to feel like I had to be perfect in areas that I didn't need to be perfect in. You know what I mean? I had a lot of anxiety with leadership and taking on responsibilities because I feel like I had a lot of responsibilities that I shouldn't have had growing up. So I could definitely understand how it can play a struggle. And a lot of things always go back to childhood. People don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? So moving on, man. How has your finances in your neighborhood impacted your mental health? Like as far as where you stay at and the amount of money you make a monthly, does it play on your mental health and stress?
I can say it does a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, because, we'll be honest, I'm not in no mansion. I mean, and to be honest, I really don't want no mansion. I just know I'm not in the house that, that I really like. It's like I'm just, basically just being where it's meant for me to be at that moment. And, it's not the best place sometimes. And so I guess, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. So as far as like, I know with me and you was talking earlier, the difference between blue collar work and white collar work. I'm pretty sure with you having to do a lot more manual labor throughout the week, that could wear on your body as far as your mind too, as far as getting your money and stuff, right?
Definitely.
Because me, I know sometimes I work as a nurse on the floor, and sometimes I'm behind the desk, and I know that those times that I work on the floor and physically put my body into the work, like I'm a lot more stressed that week, especially if something else is going on. Like I'm definitely aggravated and stressed out more if I'm doing manual work than versus I'm just looking at a computer. So I can imagine. And as far as like your area, how's the environment play on you?
Like I said, just a little bit, not too much. It just all really what you make out of it. Like I said, I mean, just a neighborhood, I guess, to be honest.
Okay. Nothing really going on over there that just make you.
I mean, like I said, it all depends. I've been in some different neighborhoods. Like I've been in some rough neighborhoods where you got to worry about locking your doors and stuff. Then I've been in neighborhoods where you could just leave your doors unlocked if you want to. It all depends on where you're at that moment. But the ones that been in that rough, I mean, like I said, just rough.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot less stress in your life when you ain't got to worry about somebody running up on you and get out your car. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So going into like relationships, man, like the way your lifestyle is and how the way you move, like how comfortable are you with getting into romantic relationships and being open and vulnerable?
I don't do that very often.
So you don't do that.
When I do, it's very rare. I be hoping for the best. Like that.
What do you think the problem is?
I think it'd be me.
You?
Yeah. I'm gonna say some of it is me. Some of it is me. I ain't gonna take all of it.
You don't like.
I try to take all of it, but I ain't gonna take all of it. But I definitely know it's me in some areas. Yeah,
you don't like to open up.
Nah.
I know. We talked about this before.
Yeah. Just feel like not everything should be known. This.
I told you gotta lighten up, man. You be serious all the time. You be serious, man. Girls don't like you to be serious all the time, man. Yeah, you gotta lighten up, man. I know it's hard to open up out here. It is, because it's crazy out here. You gotta watch who you open up with.
Yeah,
so really,
exactly.
Okay. So what things that you worry about the most, man, on a daily basis? What's your main concern when you get up in the morning?
Let me see. Yes, if I'm gonna make it to the next day.
Yeah, you worrying about that a lot?
Yes. I hope that yeah.
Yeah. Why would you think, like, why would that be on your mind the most?
Because so much be going on out here. Anything can possible to happen, you know.
Yeah. But don't you think that's kind of like, and I feel you because we kind of normalized it, you know what I'm saying? But don't you think that's crazy that we normalize that? Like, as a black man, your main concern is just making it to the next day sometimes.
I mean, like I said,
Like that's a crazy thought to think about.
I mean, how bad it's gotten around here. Like I said, it's a lot going on in this world. So, you know, you can, God forbid, just simply, you never know. You never know what can happen in this world. I mean, more like that before. I'm not gonna say I used to worry about that like years ago, but I'm saying today at this moment, I feel like that's, you know, my main thing I think about.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be that way. That's the part that I struggle with. Like, that shouldn't be a worry on our minds. But I think if you ask any black man that question, I'm not saying any because there's probably some out there that don't think about that, but majority of us do have that worry in the back of our minds, like, all right, let's hope we make it back to the house today because it's crazy. I mean, it's just crazy, and the fact that you think that in the back of, like, we're conditioned to think that way. And
I'm trying to break it though.
yeah, because it's a sad way to think when you break it down, when you think about it like that. We shouldn't worry about that, you know. If you could change one thing about your life to make it better, man, what would you change, man, and why? Why would you do it?
I feel, first of all, it'd definitely be the mind frame. I feel like my mind frame can be better. I feel like the way I view things can be a little bit better, you know. So I feel like them definitely the first two things, mind frame and the way I view life, because I feel like the thing that's going on in my life, I feel like I kind of caused it because it's like the way I view it or the way I might, like I said, how my mind frame might be. So I'm going into detail. Just them two.
Okay. Do you feel like that's achievable?
Yeah, I'm working on it. Got better.
Yeah. You feel like you're progressing?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying, man. As long as you feel like you're progressing forward, that's all we can ask for. That's all we can ask for. Growing up in a two-parent household, right? And now that you're a grown man, do you feel like that's important? Or do you feel like in today's society it's not that important?
Gotta say, that's a 50-50 right there.
50-50. Tell me why.
I feel like in certain areas, yeah, child need both of the parents. But then in some areas, maybe child could have been stronger without one of the parents being in there. You know, it all depends on the situation. That's why I say it's 50-50. But I feel like a little bit it is because, you know, why I say the mother can teach the daughter or the son valuable things, and the father can. Yeah, but like I was saying, why it's important because the father can teach the daughter or the son valuable things, and the mother can teach the daughter or the son valuable things. You know, and they gonna need both of them valuable things in life. I know Mom taught me some things that are very valuable in life, and you know, therefore.
Yeah, I would say 100% of the time, two-parent household is the best. And I'm gonna say why. and I'm gonna give you some examples on both sides, boys and girls, right? So you ever notice how you see a lot of boys coming up? They're very impulsive, emotional. They're lack accountability. They don't know how to control their emotions. They don't know how to hold themselves accountable, stuff like that. See a lot of boys growing up like that. 9 times out of 10, they're coming out of single mom households, and that's not a bash towards single moms. It's because fathers, good fathers, teach boys how to be accountable. Teach boys how to manage their emotions, not be impulsive. A lot of times, boys is not going to act out as much in the presence of a man. They're going to reel it back in real quick versus them being around their mom. They're going to act out more. And so, if you was to take most boys that grew up in a household with a father in it, they are less inclined to act out emotionally, impulsively, and they learn accountability at a very young age, right? Let's flip that. Females, right? You ever notice that there's females out have a almost like they're against men, you know? Most of those females that are like man eaters like that, they don't have a good relationship with their dad, right? They come from households where their mom didn't get along with their dad, or in a household with their dad they didn't get along. So that's two situations where the father is important. Now I'm going to flip it with the mothers, right? You see a lot of boys that come up and they're angry towards women, they're abusive towards women, they manipulate women. You know what I'm saying? The domestic violence all the time towards women. 9 times out of 10, those boys hate their mother. They have a bad relationship with their mother. Their mother wasn't around. So they have no love or respect for women at all. Because their mother wasn't around. They didn't have a good relationship with their mother. Right? Flip side again. Usually girls that have a poor relationship with their mother or no relationship with their mother, they usually don't value themselves or their bodies. And that could go either way, really, to be honest with you. You could say dad's not there or mother's not there, but 9 times out of 10, those girls that's running around, that don't value their bodies, that don't know good hygiene, they don't understand how to be feminine like a woman, they have poor relationships with their mother. Or their mother wasn't around to teach them how to have good feminine hygiene, how to act like a lady, how to do certain things a woman learns how to do. So, anytime you remove a father or mother out of a situation of a household, and now mind you, I'm talking about good mothers and fathers. I'm not talking about, just anybody. But if you remove one or the other, yeah, it's going to be detrimental to that child, whether it's a boy or a girl. They're going to be lacking something by the time they hit adulthood. So that's why I would say 100%. But,
I can see that.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just something to think about. Something to think about. Alright. As a black person in society, right? In today's society, what do you fear the most? What's your fear? Biggest fear?
I guess me exploding.
Going off at the wrong time?
Mm-hmm.
I can see that. I think a lot of us black men fear that because, let's be honest, a lot of people play with us out here. I mean, it's just real. A lot of people play with us, and we're expected not to be the angry black man. We're supposed to keep it together, right? Not blow the fuck up. Let's just be real. You know, if you blow up, what's gonna happen? Your ass going to jail. It just is what it is. You either about to be shot and dead by the police, or you're gonna be in prison.
Yeah.
So you better learn how to put that smile on your face before you smack somebody. Because if you do, I don't think we have to keep going on and on about this. I think we can just leave that one there. We both know that. Alright. Yeah. So what do you love the most though about being a black man in this society?
Mm-hmm. Feel like everybody want to be us.
Definitely. Our culture is always emulated, trying to be duplicated, but it's never succeeded because we're the originators.
Mm-hmm.
I love being counted out. I love being the underdog. It gives me an advantage over people that just wrote me off because they saw my skin color. If you write me off because you see simply a black man, I've already beat you. And I love that shit. I do that shit with a smile. Yes. When they realize what my title is and their eyes get big, yeah. That's what I love. That's what I love. Yeah. So what's more important to you, man? Time or money?
I feel like time. I used to think it was money. It's time now.
Yeah, it's time. Always be time. I think we don't realize until we get older that time is the biggest factor. I tell people all the time, play with my money before you play with my time. Play with my time, you're gonna see another person you ain't ready for. You play with my money, I'll get over it. I can go make more money, but I can't get more time. Right? Time is gone. Once the second is gone, it's gone. It's the most expensive thing we have. And people want to play with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why you want to play with time. Like it's not that expensive. It's really that expensive. And time is always more valuable to me. You got people trying to play with your time?
Definitely.
How you handle it? Cause I'm bad. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
You want to piss me off fast.
Yeah, definitely.
I think everybody know that about me.
Yeah.
Do you got any suggestions for me?
Honestly, I know, but
I'm still in therapy because of that one right there. You know what I'm saying? My therapist trying to get
that time back. So
for real, my therapist trying to get my mind right. I keep telling her, man, I can't. That shit pissed me off. So yeah, time, man. Don't play with people's time. How much do you rely on your spirituality or religion for your mental health needs and healing, man?
you gotta have it.
Yeah. You feel like you have a strong foundation?
I feel like it could be better, but it's manageable.
Okay. Well, in what way is going to be better?
I feel like I gotta basically believe in it more than what I do.
So your problem is like faith? Like you
Mm-hmm.
have problems with faith? I
Yeah.
can see that. Yeah. Faith is hard, right? Because you're basically expecting something without proof that it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
When you say it out loud, it's real. You're expecting something with no proof that it's going to happen most of the time. All you have is your reliability in God, right? Like you're relying on him to pull something through for you, and you're looking around and you don't know how it's going to happen. That is a tough thing to deal with when you're going through the struggle. I had a black man tell me one time, one of the hardest things to do is to sit patient and wait. That's some real shit.
Yeah, I can see it.
Right?
I can't even do that.
Right. Imagine having your lights about to get cut off, right? You don't know how you're going to pay your bills, mortgage, or whatever. It's about to be cut. You're about to be evicted, whatever. And you got to sit and wait for something to come through.
No, I ain't doing that. I ain't.
Sometimes it ain't. Sometimes you ain't got no choice. Sometimes you can be on your grind, right, and still not make the cut. Has that not happened to you before?
Yeah.
Have you not ran out there and grinded the most you can grind till you? I'm talking about you done lost all types of sleep, and you still in the hole and gotta wait on something to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely been in that moment.
Yeah. I think we all. So you can't say, "Oh, I ain't gonna wait. I'm gonna go get it." Nigga, yeah, you will. You will wait. You will wait. Cause sometimes that's just how it is. I mean, you done did all you could do, and that's another thing. People just have too much blind faith. Like they just think stuff just it's gonna come out of thin air. It don't work that way, right? You gotta do everything that you could do, and after that, once you realize it's nothing, I done it all. Now it's easier to have faith. So remember that, like, you done did everything you can possibly do. You done exhausted all resources. When I do that, it's so much easier for me to look to God and be like, okay, God, I did everything. I need you to take it over from here. And I'm comfortable with that. I'm not comfortable if I know it was something else that I could have done and I didn't do it. And now I'm sitting here on blind faith hoping for a Hail Mary to come through where I could have just did this over here and solved that situation. That's when I'm scared, you know?
I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? But if you already did everything you could have possibly done in that situation and you still like, it ain't fixed, well then you can relax in knowing that you did everything you possibly did. Now God got the rest. And that's how you build your faith up.
Until you hear that.
Yeah. Yeah, we learning something tonight. Alright, man. This is a fun question right here. I like this question. Is it better to ask for permission or do it than ask for forgiveness?
That's 50-50.
Explain that to me. Explain me a situation where you need is 50-50.
I mean, first, anything that's involving someone else, you want to ask for permission. I feel like I said, coming to somebody's house and I smoke cigs, I want to ask to light it up before I just light it up like it's my own. And basically, in the other situation, it's like if somebody need to go to the hospital and they don't go to the hospital, they ain't gonna make it. I'd rather trick you and say we going somewhere else just to get you into the hospital and let you be upset with me and ask for you to forgive me for that type of situation than telling you and then you won't go, and then God forbid you pass away or something bad happen because I didn't trick you into going into the hospital because I knew you wouldn't go.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Now, I agree, like, it is 50-50. It depends on the situation. Like, if it's something where I know, like you said, it's something minor, and then, yeah, of course I'm going to ask for permission first. And if you tell me no, you tell me no. I think some people are just scared to hear the word no. But sometimes no is a good thing. So don't ever be scared to hear the word no. So if you have that mentality, then you're normally just going to ask for permission with most of the stuff that you do before you do it, if you need to. But yeah, it's those situations where now it's crunch time, a decision need to be made, and I ain't gonna lie, sometimes it's the selfishness in us. Like we don't want to deal with arguing first or deal with this, trying to convince this person when we know this needs to get done. And so we just say, you know what, I'm gonna do it, and they're gonna be mad, but hopefully they'll forgive me because they'll realize this needed to get done. I ain't had time to discuss and ask for permission for this because I already knew, like you said, you was gonna say no, and then, like you said, the person might really need to go to the hospital, and they sit here playing around. I'd rather just get you in the car, like you said. We going to Walmart, but we pulling up at the ER, and you mad at me now, but you gonna love me when you get your health back, right? You know what I'm saying? You gonna love me then. I don't care about you being mad at me right now. Nah, I'm not gonna ask you. Yeah, so yeah, it's 50-50. But now, let's be honest, sometimes we just do it because. Nah, we ain't gonna sit over here and say it's always because of a good emergency reason. Sometimes we do it just because we just don't want to ask the person. And it's like, hey, I deal with the fallout. I think all men been there, especially in relationships with women. We'll deal with the fallout. And then when you get into too many of those, you realize that ain't the way to go either. But yeah, sometimes we're gonna do it just because it's beneficial, not just because it's an emergency. Alright, how important it is for family to support you?
I feel like that's very important. You're gonna need some type of support.
Yeah.
So I'd rather have family support than looking for support.
Yeah. I feel you. I think most people, well-rounded people that have stable mental health have some type of family support. But if it's not their blood family, it's some type of circle that they made their family. You know, like very close friends and stuff like that. But everybody needs their circle of support. So yeah. Do you feel like you get enough from the family?
Yeah, when I accept it, sometimes I try to, like you said, like we talked about before, do things on my own, be strong. But yeah.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, sometimes you just get missing. Just say it like that. Sometimes you get missing. We be like, we're missing. Well, no. You just off doing your thing, and then you pop back up. Because you want to handle stuff on your own. You ain't only got to handle stuff on your own. Yeah. So yeah, that's you. That's how you do. Have you ever felt that racism, discrimination played a part in causing a problem in any parts of your life?
Oh, definitely.
Most definitely. Give me a story.
I don't think it's appropriate for the video.
Hey, this is real. This is today's struggle.
I just feel
We unfiltered over here.
I just feel like, and again, it's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I just feel like, it's not all, but it's some, light colored people out here. You know what I consider Caucasian.
Say Caucasian. Say white people. It's okay to say white people.
White people, but you know they be doing some wild things out here that knowing that they won't want us to do to them. You know, and it just like I feel like they just in some areas they know they more privileges, so they get away with it. It's like you know. When you know you the CEO of a building and you decide to be late, you know you ain't gonna get in trouble compared to somebody that's working for your business. If they be late, they can get fired. So I just feel like you know you got a lot of that going on, and you know misleading their power, like because you know most, as you see, most police officers are white. I mean, you do have a couple black officers out here, but most police officers are white. And to be honest, you know, I'm not gonna say I don't respect officers, but you know, it's kind of hard to respect officers because you know, it just, like I said, I don't want to go too deep, but yeah, definitely the racism because I just feel like we get judged. Not we are aggressive. I will put it. You know, we can hype up a show. You know. But it's not everybody like that, you know. Some people is calm, cool, and collected. You know, not everybody is quick to react and get all upset. And I feel like we get judged real quick just by, like I get judged with me having long hair now, you know. But I feel like, yeah, I'm going a little too deep on it.
I feel like it definitely plays a factor, always in our lives. Being black men is always going to be there. I feel like a lot of times with me, I'm going to speak with myself, it's a passive thing or it's more behind the scenes. Because you got to think about it, I'm 6'4", 300 pounds, so you either got to be about my size or you just a brave ass white boy that just want to come off at me directly with some racism, right? So with me, it's more like behind the scenes type or passive type. Like for an example, I was working at this place and I was the lead supervisor at this on this shift at the time as a nurse, and one of the nurses was a white man. He got called in by my supervisor to help out that weekend. Now, that was on his supervisor. I'm not the one that made the phone call. Just so happened it was his son's birthday, too. So he was upset. Now, by him getting called in, he of course had to do the grunt of the work on the floor because I'm the supervisor for the shift. So I'm doing the desk work stuff, really. It got slow, so I started playing like solitaire on the computer because it was real slow. It wasn't nothing going on at all. He came in, seeing that I had the solitaire game up, took pictures, sent it to the supervisor, and say that I'm just sitting here not doing nothing all day while he got called in. Right? I didn't know at the time that this was done. A black female nurse let me know that this had got done. So I approached him as a man to man, and I asked him, what's the problem, man? Like, do we got a problem? Like, what's going on? He said, no, we ain't got a problem. I said, well, yeah, we have a problem because you taking pictures of me and sending it to our head supervisor as if I'm not doing nothing all day. So evidently we have a problem. So once again, I'm gonna ask you again, what's the problem? He said, we don't have a problem. Well, I'm telling you we don't have a problem. I'm like, okay. I said, so there was no need to be doing that, man. Now, mind you, I'm 10 feet away from this man. Never approached him. Nothing. Never threatened him. He went, excuse me, he went, told the supervisor. I ran up on him, threatened his life. He was scared. The other white nurse that was standing in the room backed up his story and verified it. They did a whole investigation behind my back. You cannot do an investigation without everybody. They didn't even tell me about the investigation. They did it behind my back. And when it was time for me to come up for an evaluation, my direct boss was like, Kareem, because I was on a contract with them, we can't renew your contract because of that incident. I'm like, what incident? I forgot about it, bro. This was over a month and a half ago. And when you have a person on contract, if you feel that strongly, you're supposed to just go ahead and terminate their contract. They allowed me to work out the rest of my contract before they even told me anything about it. So that's how I face racism. You know what I'm saying? It ain't direct to me. It be behind the scenes type funny shit, passive aggressive type stuff that I have to deal with moving up in the corporate world. You see what I'm saying?
Crazy things, something similar like that happened to me at one of my jobs.
Yeah.
Detail.
Yep. And then going back to what we said, you gotta not act like the angry black man.
Yeah. Be hard.
Yeah. Yep. Do you think a healthy diet and exercise contribute to mental health?
Yeah, it could definitely do better.
Yeah. Me too. I think I gotta get back right. Hey, and why do you feel that way though?
Because I feel like I said, that if you take care of your body the right way, you can be able to make it to the next day. Like sometimes I struggle with not, eating 3 meals a day. Like I be trying to, be too busy working where I forget to eat lunch, or I might not have time for dinner, but then that takes a toll on my body. But, definitely taking care, getting rest, eating the appropriate meals today and eating the right stuff. Because I consider it garden food, which is vegetables. But I don't like that stuff. But I be so your health is very important.
Yeah, I gotta get back right to exercising and eating right. I can definitely tell the difference in my mental whenever I'm not eating right and exercising. And studies show that just 30 minutes of cardio work is on being outside, running and stuff like that, walking, is equivalent to taking an antidepressant. So it really does work with boosting your mood and getting that serotonin pumping in your brain, helping you feel calm and helping you feel better when you get that blood circulating and you're running and exercising versus you just sitting around not doing nothing, just going to work and back home eating, and you wondering why you can't break the depression. You got to get active on sometimes. Yeah, play a sport, do something, get moving. Who was the most influential person in your life growing up?
What do you mean by that?
Who did you feel like you looked up to that influenced you as who you are the most? Like, influenced who you are as a person? It could be an actor, it could be somebody you never met, a musician, artist, somebody in personal life. Who do you feel like you looked up to and tried to emulate because it had the most influence on you?
To be honest, not even to throw you off, I feel like that's a mixed person.
Oh, yeah?
Mixed with different people. I feel like
multiple people?
Multiple people into one person.
Who's those people?
Like I said, you before, my ex-dad,
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, maybe he might see this one day if he's still out there. But when I was at this lockdown school with this staff worker named Mr. Perkins, all I know. But you know, him, like, it's just different older guys that, you know, I guess seen some in me and they just told me to do better. Like, you know, people from, you know, other places that I've been, so that's why, you know, and me seeing, you know, them caring in certain ways and where they at in life, it just, like I said, it just a whole bunch of people into one. I just want to be better. I just want to, like I said, get to certain destinations. Not trying to.
I know you used to big up Jeff a lot too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Jeff. You know Jeff. Jeff,
Yeah,
you know who, we ain't gonna
cool,
say your
man.
last name, man, but you know who you are, baby. Hope County.
I always wanted to be out where I got, oh, that dude was cool. He did his job cool, but.
Yeah, Bucktown, Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so told you we went to school together, grew up together. Yeah, I was surprised that you said that he was one of your influences as a kid growing up.
Man, like I said, multiple people into one.
Yeah, I can see that. Definitely. Matter of fact, now that you say that, I can say the same. Multiple people growing up, I kind of merged them all into one person in my mind and tried to pick out, you know, different things that's good about them and follow that. And then the stuff that I seen like they did that was like, I tossed that away. You know, but yeah, I understand what you're saying with that. All right, man, last question. What are your hopes?
Like I said, my hope always been the same, man. I just hope, I feel like we can all come together, and I mean come together like you see some of these other nationalities, and, you know, get rid of all the negative things that, you know, we bring to the party. I feel like we can be unstoppable. I feel like, you know, we can take what's ours, like basically switch things around. But I feel like that's, you know, throwing that one quarter into a million quarters and expect to find that one quarter. You know, it just takes a lot. And I just hope that one day that, you know, we can all just come together and actually work as a team, not be envy, jealous, bring each other down, just actually stop hurting each other for one, you know, and lift each other up, because we all going, what I'm seeing in life, a lot of us is going through the same thing, just different time, different situations, different scenarios. But if you think about it, they all boil down to the same type of pain, just different, like different angles and different points of view. And I feel like if we work together to, like you said, you overcome some of your darkest time, and you done help me overcome some of my darkest time. So it's just like, feel like we just uplift each other, you know. Feel like things will be better.
Yeah. I like that answer. Yeah. I totally agree with that 100%. So I appreciate you, bro, for coming through and speaking to us on today's struggle. We appreciate your story. Gonna get that out there. Hopefully you touch somebody that can relate. So this is what it's all about. It's us relating to each other as a people. A different perspective. We ain't all monolithic. We're not all the same people. So that's the purpose of the show. So everybody want to shout out real quick before we go?
Now I'm just gonna say peace.
All right, man. Well, that's it. Thank you for your time. You can always subscribe to the Lifestyle Network and listen to us on Apple, Spotify, and iHeartRadio as well. Till next time, thank you.